some really first-class excellence coming out of the area of Electroneum. I'm sure you've already heard of it, the conversation surrounding Brazil, the size of Brazil, the population of Brazil, and Electroneum really showing off what they've been accomplishing with fiat pairings. And I think that what they've been doing in Brazil is definitely going to be a huge step forward as far as not only like we're all taken care of, like those of us who are watching this video who are already in the know about Electroneum. I mean, we're the Electroneum community for the most part on these social media platforms and so forth, and what this is actually going to mean, this sort of motion of how basically Electroneum has been moving forward and positioning itself as far as fiat pairing. I think that this is really good as far as in terms of basically the way that Electroneum has been is going to basically be interacting within the ecosystem. Why would you want to be constantly tethered to Bitcoin? It really doesn't make any sense, and I think that these fiat pairings are going to do a lot in the way of basically moving away from this I mean, Bitcoin. I saw a interesting comment, and it was talking about how Bitcoin is in decline. I mean, I don't know if I necessarily agree 100% with the idea, but I think that I mean, I like to give these different perspectives. So the comment said that you know, Bitcoin's in decline, these fees, and the fact that you know, Bitcoin's value is perceived value, not necessarily intrinsic value. I mean, all these different things, but I mean, that's neither here nor there. I think that that point, just the fact that that argument exists, I mean, whether you stand on one side of it or not, the facts are the facts. And I think Electroneum aiming to have these different pairings and so forth, it's definitely very interesting. In particular, we've been seeing a lot of interesting things happening as far as the developments around on an international scale, the way that the news cycle develops. I mean, China's ambitious rail plans in Brazil on uncertain track. I think that's a little pun there. But WhatsApp's influence in the Brazilian election. All right. And this is a good movement in the direction of businesses, and how businesses aren't going to want the volatility of the cryptocurrency space. And those of us who are interested in crypto right now, I mean, we kind of like the volatility. I mean, traders and these people, it depends who you are, what you intend to do. But businesses, they would want a more stable price, and it's going to take that sort of price stability and the movements. And another thing is a lot of these different businesses have to pay their staff, they have to pay their workers in fiat. So this is also going to be a big, well, I mean, it could either be a barrier or it could be a doorway, and I think that Electroneum is trying to solve the problem before it's a problem, and I think that that's the mark of a really an interesting well, I mean, the team, I mean, it gives you got to give the credit to the team, I guess, in that regard. They have that foresight, that basically that ability to see how things are going to, the problems before they arise, and I think that that's always good, and I think that as things move forward, this is going to be a huge development as far as Electroneum and their overall how they've been really intrinsically connecting themselves to the real world. And you know, it is interesting. I mean, I know you know, it's irrelevant, but I mean, the global debt clock, always interesting to check up on it, because one thing is interesting, you know, this video, I mean, today's November 14th, but I mean, in a year from now, people will probably look back on this video and want to check out what we were dealing with as far as the present state of the circumstances. So you know, just going over that real quick, the market cap is, of course, 202. I mean, it has taken quite a down. I mean, today's sort of a shitty day. I'm sure people are. I mean, as far as shitty days go, I mean, it's not the worst of the shitty days, but I mean, when you lose a couple $1 billion off the market cap, and what's a few $1 billion among friends? But no, I'm kidding. It is relatively a sign of the times. I mean, things have been moving sideways pretty consistently. I mean, it's nothing new. I don't think anybody's really surprised. I mean, this is due in part to interest in cryptocurrencies. I'd say down. I mean, from what I've noticed and from the trends and from what I've been hearing, you know, the overall interest in it. But then again, there's all this you know, FOMO and all, you know, all these articles that are trying to you know, scare people out of their crypto so that the people with real money can hop on board. And of course, the biggest bull run that we'll ever see will probably I mean, it'll probably be what will happen before it will be like a lot of articles that make people think that crypto is going to come to an end, and then all of a sudden we'll start to see things ramping up. But of course, we're going to definitely hear I mean, you can't always trust what you're going to hear, because sometimes you'll hear articles that are just trying to get people to question the future of cryptocurrency and stuff. Maybe people who are on the fence, people who haven't done all their research about these things, but then again, I mean, before these different partnerships get announced, I mean, it's just always important to do your own research and come to your own conclusions about these things. But I think that, you know, as far as Electroneum goes, mobile mining definitely does have its place. I think that we could be seeing, you know, and but definitely this new news, I got to give it a clapping Shia LaBeouf for that. I mean, Electroneum really has you know, a good idea of you know, what they're doing, and as far as moving forward in the developments of this technology go. But in the interest of sharing different people's opinions, I'm actually going to be including a link to this video, AllAboutTech. This is a great YouTuber right here, and he talks about this. He was one of the first people to cover this one. The news broke just a few days ago, but I figured that it would be interesting to add this you know, to the overall. You know, I've been focusing on other cryptos for the past few days, but I definitely like to keep people up to date about Electroneum. It is one of the more interesting cryptos, I'd say, you know, in the community that's built around it. So, you know, good stuff. I mean, there's not that many you know, good things in this world, but Electroneum definitely is one of them. I really do like Electroneum, and I think that what we've been seeing so far, you know, as far as these developments go, you know, Electroneum is certainly among the cryptocurrencies that I am paying attention to, at least in as far as you know, the development of when we move into the next stage of you know, Q1 of 2019 is right around the corner, and the cryptocurrency world, the competition is still in play. I mean, if you're a fan of any of these cryptos, you know, don't sleep. You know, obviously I like to look at all these. So you know, in that interest, I'm actually going to be making more videos about different cryptocurrencies, so definitely stay tuned for that. But yeah, all this red across the board, you know, it is tough to see, but you know, remember, there's always a light side. There's going to be days where it's up, and there's going to be days where it's down. You know, that volatility is just the nature of the beast. You know, those of us who've been involved with crypto for any amount of years, we're certainly used to it by now. But of course, you know, you got to love the volatility, because it's not going to be here forever. You know, Electroneum on Binance, I'd really like to see it. I think it's definitely something that the community you know, vocalizes and all these things. But yeah, all that being said, you know, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. You know, this video is for entertainment, educational purposes only. You remember, I'm not your dad. This video is obviously just me telling my opinion about Electroneum and all that stuff. Obviously, I'm not a professional by any means. I wouldn't want to pretend to be. Respect to the professionals. I mean, they have a lot of responsibility in this space, and I wouldn't want to have all the people coming to me telling me when I'm wrong. I mean, I think it's the people who are honest in cryptocurrency can't be right all the time. It's just nobody can be right all the time if you're being honest with your audience. And I think that that's why I'm going to put a link to this guy's video, because he's a trusted YouTuber as far as I like him. I find him entertaining, and that's all you can really look for on this website. It's free content anyway. But all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this content. This little bit of news. It's just interesting to see what Electroneum's doing. I mean, obviously, it's difficult for them to really take off because they're sort of anchored down by the situation and the dynamics of the global stage. But the paradigm shift is upon us. So, that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this content. Make sure that you subscribe, comment down below, letting us know what you think, and I'll see you guys next video. Have a good one.